island world in the Caribbean full of surprises. Here on St. Vincent and the Grenadines, uninhabited mini-islands become open-air restaurants. Coconuts are used to build sailing boats. Shells to build a bar in the sea. And a captain turns into a karaoke queen. When Christopher Columbus sighted this island in 1498, it was St. Vincent's Day. He called the tropical island St. Vincent. Until then, the Caribbean had called it Hyroon, home of the blessed. Today, St. Vincent is the main island of a small island state. Most of the approximately 110,000 Vincentians, as the inhabitants proudly call themselves, live here. South of the main island are 32 inhabited and uninhabited islands, the Grenadines. A Caribbean dream backdrop that even Hollywood has already discovered for itself. Parts of the famous pirate saga, Pirates of the Caribbean, were filmed here. The largest of the Grenadines is the island of Bequia. Port Elizabeth is a sought-after anchorage. Every morning at 8, Miranda Phillips drives to the yachts in the bay.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you.
Lovely morning, huh?
It is lovely. What's the camera?
Miranda's business model: she collects dirty laundry and returns it as fast as lightning and as fresh as a summer breeze.
I would say they're very friendly people because they are the ones that bring money to the country and we have to depend on them. So we always welcome them with open hearts.
Great laundry, Jumbie.
Jumbie, Miranda's Laundry, good morning. How can we help?
Good morning, Miranda. Don't need laundry quite yet, but we have a stinky bag of garbage.
I'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Sounds great. Can't remember, how much is a bag of trash pickup?
It's 5 EC.
Wonderful. See you in a few minutes. Thanks, Miranda.
Thanks for calling. Back to 6 A.
Laundry, garbage, water, ice. Miranda's boat service is very diversified.
Good morning. How are you this morning? Nice to have you back in Bequia.
The regular is already waiting with the trash.
All right, we'll be doing laundry in the next few days.
No problem. How long were you here for?
About 2 weeks this time.
Okay.
Yeah,
When did you get in?
yesterday.
They'll be happy. This is Miranda. Good morning. How can we help?
Hi, your green boat is right over here. We'd like to give you some laundry to take.
Sure, that's no problem. Can you remind me your location, please?
We're just left of your boat. They're going past us right now. We're south of the floating dock.
Okay, so we'll see you very shortly. Thank you for calling. Miranda, back to 6A.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines belong to the West Indies in the Eastern Caribbean. The coast of Venezuela is a good 200 kilometers away. In the south of the island state are the Tobago Cays, 5 small islands protected by a coral reef. A nature reserve for turtles. The 5 uninhabited islands are a destination of longing for sailors, and for all those who enjoy snorkeling in warm, crystal-clear water. The island of Petite Tabak even became the backdrop for major Hollywood productions. Keira Knightley and Johnny Depp played here in one key scene of Pirates of the Caribbean. Carlos Peters tries to earn his living in the Tobago Cays, far away from Hollywood fees. He is a boat boy and organizes barbecues on the small islands. Carlos takes a break at Petite Tabak to stock up on the typical Caribbean refreshment, coconut.
I'm gonna get a cutlass. When I reach over, cut it, and then open it and drink it. Yeah, very nice, fresh and nice, fresh coconut water.
The wild island has been popular for a long time because of its unspoilt nature, but it only gained fame through its success in cinema.
First part of the movie Pirates of the Caribbean is just filmed on this island. When Jack Sparrow was digging and looking for the treasure, but he found the rum. It was on this island, Petite Tabak. There's no any leftovers of the film set because the hurricane passed and take most of the stuff. But there's a little treasure spot there.
The boat boys of the area like to stage their own treasure hunts.
And what we do, we put a bottle of rum there, and we tell the guests that to try and locate the rum, and give them a clue of where it is, and then they exactly find it, and then they have the bottle of rum for themselves to drink. So that's how we do it locally. Yeah.
Carlos makes his way to Petit Rameau Island, right through the turtle sanctuary. This is allowed with this small boat. Only on this beach the Nature Conservation Authority authorizes barbecue events for the boat boys and their families. A quick refreshment before Carlos and the other boat boys try to lure wealthy sailors to the beach. Carlos has known this business since childhood.
Oh, well, as a little boy coming here, then, you're excited. I used to be in the boat with my dad because my dad used to be selling T-shirts and stuff and selling lobsters and doing the barbecue as well. So that was very exciting for me as a little boy, yeah. But now things have changed a little bit now. Now that we have a lot more people doing the business and everything like that, so it's a little bit more competitive and everything like that. But everyone get along sometimes, but it's all good. That's how it is sometimes, yeah.
In the north of the island group, not far from the main island of St. Vincent, lies Bequia. Around 5,000 people live here, a seafaring island with a long shipbuilding tradition. One shipyard still exists, the Sargent Brothers Model Boatyard. Tim Sargent is the managing director. From small toy boats to faithful replicas, this workshop is not a souvenir stall, but a real manufactory.
Biggest challenge is to make the fine details like these, all the dough, to the measurement of the railboat and to proportion, to hold all of the doughs and the correct amount as in the railboat. Okay, here in my hands is a coconut shell boat, local coconut shell. It is where the shop began. It's over 50 years ago. My older brothers used to race these here as kids, 10 years, 9 years old, as kids in the water for fun. Then as they grow and they see the boats coming into the harbor, it comes to their imagination, they can make something looking like those boats. So that's how the shop began.
At the moment, there are 5 boat builders working in Tim's workshop, not permanently employed. Each of them has his own project, at his own risk. They only earn money if their model is sold.
It's a very patient work, because it takes a lot of time, and we don't use no machine. So everything is by hand, as you can see. So we put a lot into it. So you have to love this work to continue working. This will take approximately 4 months to complete. You use local wood, one local wood, which is this one, and it's called gum wood. And that's the only local wood we use. The others we import. For example, this is the purple heart, and this is a Spanish cedar we import from Honduras, and the white pine from Canada's Island.
Small historic whaling boats are created this way. Steamboats or large sailing yachts at prices of up to $6,000 US.
Famous people as well, like Mick Jagger, and also Tommy Hilfiger. So they come over and they visit the island and they come by and have a look at the shop. Also Denzel Washington, he comes by as well. And there are many other famous people, maybe I cannot remember all of them.
But the whole family can remember one visit.
The most famous one who came to the island is Queen Elizabeth II. And this picture was taken in 1985. So at that time, the Prime Minister was James Mitchell. And he came into the shop before the Queen got to the island and brought pictures and plan of the Queen's boat, unknown to her. And we did build a model, and when she came here, he presented it to her. So the Queen was very amazed to see that we have such skill on the island. And when she had a good look at it, at the boat, she told my brother the only difference between the model and her boat is the size of it. Because my brother did all the details possible on the boat.
Tim's model boat skills are known throughout Bequia.
So we would like to know some tactics or ways to make our boat faster.
Yeah, there's no problem, you come to the right place. So you use the rod all the time, or you just set the sail?
I just set the sail.
Okay. So you can just make some adjustment on the main sail. See if wind is really strong. If you see it sticking up too much, then you set it in this direction so it'll keep straight. Okay?
Model boat sailing, and that's weekend fun at Bequia. Tomorrow, the youngest of the island are to compete against each other in a regatta with coconut boats. Miranda's busy. The 32-year-old has been cruising Port Elizabeth Bay all morning. The Sail Be Happy wasn't as easy to find as she thought.
Good morning.
The boat owner is already waiting.
Anything else? She keeps adding more.
No problem. Just take your time.
Here you go. And our boat is Sail Be Happy.
Yes.
Sail and you're happy.
Yeah.
What else do you need?
First time here to Bequia?
No, we we stay in St. Vincent, and then we've been Quebec way last March.
Okay.
See, I told you. Last March. Can you put that in?
Yeah.
And we're coming back. This is the first time our son is on the boat.
Okay,
And
that's
so we're
good.
taking him to show him the Grenadines.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
So we'll
much.
see you at 5 o'clock today for your lunch.
Okay, perfect.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Have a nice day. It takes the same day, so you get it back at 5 o'clock today. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a nice day.
Right at the edge of the big bay of Port Elizabeth, Miranda has her laundrette. When there's a lot of work to do like today, she gets help.
Well, as a young lady growing up, since I was 13 years old, I always wanted my own business. So I will go to school. I didn't go to high school, but I finished at grade 6. And every time I go to school, I think about owning my own business.
Billing is according to weight. 5 kilos or 1 load in the washing machine cost 35 Caribbean dollars, the equivalent of just under 12 euros.
Put them in the bag very neatly. We tie them up and then we write the names, because the names are very important. We don't want to mix up any laundry. So it's very important to write the name on the bag. It happens, but not all the time. Not all the time. Maybe with 1 socks, 1 underwear, 1 t-shirt. We normally write the names in the books. So if one of the laundry is mixed up with someone else's laundry, we will know the boat and we go to the boat. We take the laundry and we give them back to the owner.
The laundry is dried just behind the laundrette.
Hang your drawers in front. Hang your drawers in front. You get with the pants then.
I started off with 1 machine, and then it became developing all the time. So that's how I started out my business. And I never regret.
Miranda's laundry service. Everything is delivered back by 5 p.m. On the main island of St. Vincent, most people live in Kingstown, the capital. With almost 13,000 inhabitants, Kingstown is the biggest city of the island state. The city was founded by the French in 1722. Almost 60 years later, the British conquered the island. The empire was mainly interested in sugarcane and tobacco in the Caribbean. It was also the British who took thousands of slaves from Africa to St. Vincent. Fort Charlotte, located above Kingstown, was the military base of the British Crown. From here, the archipelago was to be colonized. Today, the beacon of Kingstown stands at the highest point of the fort, right next to the gun walls. Eben Oliver is the guard of the station. Every day, his shift starts with a state-sponsored procedure.
You just got to know exactly what you're doing, so that when you hoist the flag, you will get the exact top and the bottom. So by having the flag like this, it can easily be hoisted like that. Ready for procedure? Up.
Eben is proud of the young state, which has been independent since 1979.
Extraction. The flag represents our nationality. represent where we're from, what we're all about, and what we have to share to our people of visiting, which is the beautiful sunshine, beautiful bright blue sky, and the green lush forest.
Then he has to watch the bay. Eben not only waits for the beacon to go off, he is also responsible for the first contact with all ships that want to anchor here. A post with responsibility. Eben probably saved the nation from a catastrophe once.
We discovered one Sunday that there was a ship wanted permission to enter our island, but by asking the relevant questions leads to a significant idea that they have sick patient on board. 6 of the sailors was high fever, which is one of the symptoms of Ebola. So we had to give them a no entry decision.
After quick inquiries with the Prime Minister and the port authorities, the decision was made to send the ship back. Fort Charlotte was not only used to defend against enemies from the sea. Most of the 30 cannons were aimed at the interior of the island against the Caribbean inhabitants.
Beautiful. It's so amazing to know that this was once the formidable place for the people who tried to get our ancestors off this land. And we are now in full control. It's most beautiful. And it's the most amazing thing for me, feeling that feeling.
Now and then, curious people venture up to the fort. Then the lighthouse keeper becomes a guide and tells about the fights of the Caribbean tribes against the British and about the colonial period. But then a bad weather warning comes in, tropical rain, typical for this climate zone. Very sudden and usually very strong.
Rain to us is like joy. Brings water to our catchment, the farmers smiling, people in the Grenadines who really need it. Perfect. And it brings a more cool feelings. It's like liquid sunshine. Loving it.
As quickly as it came, the rain disappears again and opens the view to an equally typical Caribbean sunset. In the Tobago case, Carlos is on his way to win guests for a barbecue on the beach. But wherever he shows up, there's already competition.
How are you, Mr. Dallas?
I'm fine, brother.
So what are you doing today, Mr. Dallas?
Well, I'm just trying to make some money, man.
Right. Hello, morning. How are you guys doing today?
Very, very well.
My name is Carlos.
Carlos.
I'm a water taxi operator. I sell lobster, sell fish, and I make the beach barbecue.
Yeah, we have made yesterday already.
You had already made barbecue yesterday?
With Monday.
Okay, so you guys enjoyed it?
It was beautiful.
Well, great. And enjoy the rest of the vacation, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, great.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Not many boats are anchored today, but there are even more boat boy colleagues lying in wait.
So that's one guy over there. His name is Mandy Man. And the next guy there, his name is Alfonso and Desperado. There's my friend, his name is Willie. Free Willie. This is one of my competitors. Okay, Willie, what's up? So you have a barbecue doing today?
Not for lunch, but for dinner surely.
For dinner for surely, so I will be seeing you on the show later?
For sure, yes.
Right, great, okay.
Carlos has to keep looking.
The challenge is, well, because there's a lot of competitors, and sometimes, you know, if you don't have good repeaters of customers, because mostly everyone has repeat customers, so that's how they keep. Because what happens is, when you get someone that comes every week or 2 weeks, then you have to cherish that person, because not every day you might lucky to meet with a yachties and get a business from them.
None of Carlos' regulars are in sight today. He'll try again on a catamaran from the US.
Hello. Good morning. How are you today? Everything is good?
Yeah, it's fine. What's up?
Not much. Welcome to the Tobago Keys.
Thank you.
My name is Carlos. Just passing by. So you guys are interested for lobster for lunch or dinner today?
Not today.
Not today. Okay. So you guys already did the lobster barbecue on the beach?
We have done it on past trips.
Okay, great. And enjoy the rest of the vacation. Okay. See you guys. Bye.
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 No customers so far. St. Vincent is of volcanic origin. In fact, the island is exceptionally rich in vegetation and species, and the soil is particularly fertile. And yet farmers and gardeners have been using pesticides and chemical fertilizers for many decades. This could change now, thanks to a new garden project. The village of Fancy shall be inspired for organic gardening. Nemro Miller from Kingstown and Henrik Zimmer from Lower Saxony are employees of the Richmond Vale Academy, a conservation organization. They have an appointment with Mr. Sacco.
Good morning, good morning. Nice to have you all this morning.
Yeah, good. So, you think we can finish today?
Well, I'm hoping that all will finish today.
A lot of work, man.
The boys have been digging and building here for 3 weeks now. From a fallow field by the sea, a well-thought-out garden with organic beds was created. The last one is scheduled to be completed today.
Right now, we have to get the soil out so that we can bring in organic fertilizer. It could be old bananas or something, old newspapers. It could be old leaves, horse mackerel. And then the whole soil comes back on top. It's a bit more work, but it's worth it.
Mr. Sacco, the owner of the land, was one of the first in the village who wanted to be involved in this project.
I think about it carefully and I decide that I'm going to make a try, understand? And I think it is very important because our health comes first, right? And we need healthy food, right, for our body.
The new gardens followed the idea of permaculture, a sustainable ecological cultivation method that corresponds to the nutrient cycle of nature.
The soil can give you everything. So for me, it's like lost knowledge. And for me, I gain a lot of knowledge since I've been at RVA. So for me, I'll encourage more people to come and do the program. It's really nice. Learn about permaculture, and you can also change the world simple, one step at a time.
On top of that comes organic manure from sheep and pigeons. Unlike the pesticides, it doesn't cost a cent.
Most people think this is great, as they get the same harvest, but without chemicals. All the neighbours around here are wondering how it works without the chemical fertilizer, and it's quite a success story. We've built about 80 gardens altogether now.
200 organic gardens are to be created. The program is free of charge for all farmers on the island. Mr. Sacco will soon be able to sell very healthy vegetables. On Bequia, a sailing competition is to take place for the youngest on this day. A regatta with coconut boats. Miranda did all the laundry and delivered it. Now she's going to be the race coordinator.
What's the name of your boat? Okay, taxi. There you go, taxi. Star flush. Morning, little one. What's the name of your boat? King. King. It's a tradition for the kids on the island. This is something we do every year, and this is something very good for the kids. It's a momentary for the kids on the island.
The coconut boats are mostly built at home by the families.
You get a coconut shell, you cut it in half, you get a piece of cloth and get them sticks, say so. You take the cloth, put it on top of the stick, and take a piece of rope and twist it round.
Drill it and then
it did not drill.
I get better.
Well, do it then. Get up.
You don't get enough.
Okay.
You get a coconut and you slice it in. You get a cutlass and you slice it. And then you get a planer and you plane it so that it comes very smooth and...
Before every regatta, the national anthem.
So beautiful, joyful hearts we
St. Vincent, land so beautiful, with joyful hearts we pledge to thee our loyalty and love and vow to keep you ever free.
keep us true. And the mark. Set. Go. Don't trouble the boat them. Let them go out. Leave them. It's not there's no favorable conditions. Yeah. Usually it would sail down, but we have the wind, a little wind coming in this direction, so that's why it's sailing upwards. But normally it would be sailing out. No wind.
Miranda decides for plan B, collect all the boats, put them in a motorboat, and set them out again further away, so that at least a small regatta can take place.
No, you started. The green boat came in third.
Miranda keeps an imaginary finish line between two boys firmly in view.
They would just wait until them come in and find us. First, second, and who start? The green one.
The green one, pinky get out. Yes.
After a quarter of an hour, the winners are determined.
So the first place is Seeking, which is Jebron, and he wins $100. Second prize is it's Karaoke, and her boat is called Taxi. She wins $75. And third place is Trixie, which is Pinky, and she wins $25.
East Caribbean dollars, 100 are about 30 euros. Juice and cookies are available for everyone at the end, right in front of Miranda's little laundrette. All over St. Vincent and the Grenadines, conches are collected. A delicacy. The large mussels can weigh almost 2.5 kilos, including shell. Around 15 million conches, as the snails are called here, are taken from the Caribbean Sea every year. The species is now highly endangered. Off Union Island, in the very south of the Grenadines, the empty shells of the snails are used as a building material. Janty Ramage and his girlfriend Rolanda Small take a water taxi to their own island. Homemade from countless conch shells. Janty named it Happy Island.
It's the first man-made island in the world, single-handedly. It's a little Tahiti, as you could say. You think of Dubai, with the boys with big oil monies. But you think of the Grenadines, a child with she shells, sand, and just some mussels, just to make life.
Happy Island is an island with a bar island. Rolanda and Janty's clientele are sailors and locals who sail over from Union Island in small boats or just happen to be passing by.
Give him time for the bandit to roll us. This is 2002. It's the initial stage of Happy Island. Working as a volunteer, cleaning the frontiers of Clifton Harbor. Removing the lamby shells, which has inhibited the area. Then this is Chart 2 is 2003, the first palapa on the island, the first barbecue.
Janty has enlarged Happy Island a little more every year. At some point, he had to fill the fencing slug foundation with concrete to make his island withstand the surf.
You can't be the revolutionary. We got different tactics.
He's been with Rolanda for 2 years. She takes care of the drinks and the Caribbean ingredients.
What we use the cinnamon for is like if you're making painkiller, which like a smoothie, or sometimes we use it for the rum punch, but not all the time. But we use the cinnamon mainly for smoothies, the painkiller, the pina colada, the fruit smoothie. And the nutmeg we use for the rum punch, which is the island special. That's what he started with.
Rum punch. This is a strong rum mixed with fruit juice, cane sugar and ice. The drink has a suction effect.
Right here.
No, we're just checking the depth. We come back later.
Got strong muscles like me, you come here.
You're open from now on
Until the sun goes down. Thank you. Believe it or not, when you come to Happy Island, you will never forget the Caribbean. You catch the vibes, you would always be asking yourself, why am I still in Europe enjoying gray skies?
Okay. The sun always shines on Happy Island.
All right.
In the Tobago case on Petit Rameau, the grill is heated. The first guests from the yachts arrive. Unfortunately, Carlos could not bring any customers ashore. He's now helping his colleagues.
Get me this one.
One night can be like 50 to 100 lobster. Depends on the night. Like all years can be like 200, 150 lobsters. So there's a lot of lobsters.
The grill is almost 20 meters long. Half a dozen boat boy families share the facility.
I help a lot of people. Most people are here, like I got my uncles and stuff, so most people I help them, like in terms of sometimes I may need a lobster or something, I can lend it to them and get it back the next day.
Caribbean beach barbecue, lobster, rice, a curry of conchas, and fried plantains. Carlos earned very little that night. For a barbecue dinner on the beach, he would have taken a good 30 euros per person.
Well, today was a good day for me. It wasn't too good, wasn't too bad, because I didn't have no clients today in terms of business, because I normally do the beach barbecue, fresh lobsters and the grill. But that didn't happen for me today, but hopefully tomorrow that some business will come my way tomorrow.
On Betway, Miranda has turned her laundrette into a karaoke bar for the evening. The businesswoman does that once a week. Laundry boat captain, coconut boat regatta leader, and now singing DJ.
You don't have to be the best karaoke singer. You can come, you can hum, you can dance, you can just sing along. It's all about having fun. I just carry on my karaoke. It doesn't really matter whether people are here. I just carry on the karaoke.
Miranda usually sings until midnight, and that's when she goes to sleep. Because in the morning, she has to get the laundry back on the sailing yachts. For many others, it's far from over. When the sun has sunk into the sea, the celebration continues on St. Vincent and the Grenadines.